So here's the Mango, our new boat. It's in the garage. We have the top off right now. Floor. We have a lot of work to do on that to get it where we want it. Let me just show you what we've done so far. We have ripped the floor out. Now what we've done is took out all the stringers. Then we sanded it down, and then where the stringers and the bulkheads were, we have filled those in with some total boat polyester structural repair putty. Okay, what we're going to work on today is all these little holes that you see, like right here. We just need to ream those out and clean those out and do a little sanding and prepare them for receiving some structural repair putty. Okay, so these are the old holes that used to hold on the old motor. So I drilled them out and I put a 1/2-inch wood dowel in the hole places. And then I used some of this structural repair putty and then covered it with some polyester resin. It's all hardened up really nice. So now I'm just gonna sand it down flush, and then eventually we'll put some chop strand over it and fiberglass this in. This thing here was where the throttle was, the old throttle was. So I got it taped off underneath, and then I'll put a piece of plywood underneath that. I'm gonna make a plug, a wooden plug. I'm gonna make it out of cedar to fill that void in, and then I'll use the structural putty to putty that in to fill that hole. Same thing with this one. I'll make a little round plug for that, fill that in with the structural putty. So that's where the raised panel is. We're gonna keep that hole, but I'm gonna make a larger cover for it on an angle. I'm gonna make my own mold for that. So it's bigger for to accept the new gauges. And I'm gonna get started on this. I'm gonna go over and make these plugs here, and then we'll get plugging these up. Okay, so I made my plugs out of cedar, and I screwed a plywood piece underneath this hole, and I made it a little smaller so we can squish the structural putty around that. And then here's the plug for this hole here. Again, I screwed plywood on the bottom of this. I'll drop it in, and I made it a little bit smaller than the hole so we can squeeze the structural putty around that and get a good bond. And I've also left it a little shorter on the width so we can fair that in later. So I'll start filling these in. Okay, got them all filled here. The ones that you see that aren't full yet, that's where the helm roof and windshield bolts on. So we'll leave those open. Out with the old, in with the new. These are the hand holes that go on top of the roof on the helm. Those are all made out of mahogany. Then I made some of these pole holders. Here's the old ones, obviously the new ones here. All these long ones here, they go around the inside of the gun rails.